Alright, we're looking at this here Glacier Bay turlet. It's a one-piece dual flush, and it's got dual problems. Sometimes when it flushes, it doesn't quit. I think partly because it's overflowing here when it fills. It's just set too high, so we'll adjust that in a second. And then it comes on randomly, and it's probably from this valve assembly that's just got some issue with the seal. So this float's pretty simple. It just goes up and goes down with the water, and it's not any more complicated than that. It's got some instructions on here. If you can read, you can turn that whichever direction it needs to go to get that to the proper fill level. So that's about it right there. I'm just gonna spin that sucker backwards until it stops, maybe. And it's even got a little sticker on the factory where it's supposed to fill the fill level. So that's good. Just double check that, make sure it's gonna cycle a couple times and it's settled, and problem solved. So this flush assembly, some people might call it a flapper, and it's not really a flapper in the traditional sense. Here's the part number if you need it. This is the other side of the tank, and it also says don't use the bleach tablets. Now, I know when you buy those things, they all say safe for plumbing parts.
With all due respect, that's a bunch of malarkey.
Because I've seen this many times over. I'm just shutting the water off over here. I've seen this happen. It's not uncommon, so we're going to drain this down and replace the flush valve assembly. That's what it's called. It's not a flapper. Counterclockwise turn, and then it should pop right out. Yep. And that's it. And it's just got this little plunger and seal. It sits down on that valve seat. It's got linkage inside there that lifts this thing when you flush it, when you press the buttons. Hungry for blue tablets. Alright, it looks pretty good, the seal. Visually, there's nothing wrong with it. It could be leaking between that and the seat, or between where that seat assembly bolts to the tank. It's got another gasket there that could possibly leak. So that center screw just comes out. I didn't show that, but it just counterclockwise spin, and then this whole assembly comes out. Be careful not to unscrew it too far. You'll drop that metal bar down in the rest of the hole. You drop it in the hole. Don't do that. But yeah, this valve, rubber right here, looks fine. It's I mean, this thing's almost brand new, but it could have been defective from the factory, or it could be the blue tablets. I'm gonna go on the blue tablets. So I'm just cleaning off what little bit of rubber buildup is there from the original seal, and we'll get that new piece put back in. The new assembly just drops in the same way. It's identical. Just gotta be a little careful. Make sure you get it lined up properly. When you do, it will kind of fall into place and sit flat. Alright, and you can turn this screw. Yeah, it's going to try to turn with you, which is frustrating. So you either have to spin it fast enough to outrun it until it gets friction at the top side of the tank, or you can use another screwdriver to kind of stick in there and hold it still while you spin the screw. Get it tight. Now I got this thing filling up. It's stirred up that powder residue left over from those tablets, so I'm actually going to disassemble this thing and rinse all this out. Otherwise, that could ruin this new part. So I'm going to do that, and then I also noticed I got the gray and the blue backwards, so I'm going to spin that 180 degrees. There we go. That's better. Now, I didn't show the rest of the assembly process because it's the same as the disassembly process. I'm sure you can figure that out. But that's about it. I'm going to give it a couple flushes and make sure that it's functioning, but it doesn't get any easier than that. That'll be $500, ma'am. See y'all in the next one.